So if you're going back and forth trying to figure out whether the NOCO GENIUS5 or the GENIUS10 might be the right fit for you, let's go ahead and lay out these two units and maybe we can make a decision as to which of these might be the better investment for you in your situation. So about 4 years ago, I purchased this GENIUS5 and I've been using this thing for just about everything on my farm. Mainly this thing lives on one of the walls in my shop and I use this to kind of maintain my zero-turn battery during the winter months. However, if I've got another battery like in one of my vehicles, something like that, this has been a great unit to go with. However, NOCO did recently just send out this GENIUS10 for me to try out and test, and I wanted to see what the main differences were between these two to see if it was worth the price and worth maybe either upgrading and investing to the GENIUS10 or just going with this if it's going to be the first one you own. The biggest difference we're really going to have between these two units is going to be basically that this is capable of charging at 5 amps, whereas this one's going to be 10 amps. So essentially it's going to be double the power. But when would that come into play and when might you actually want to consider going to this one here? Well, if you're just basically trying to maintain a battery that's just barely depleted, or like I said, you're going to be running this thing for long-term storage like on a mower for the winter months, the GENIUS5 is actually probably going to be the unit that's going to be better fit for you. However, if you're going to be running this on bigger trucks, if you got a diesel truck with 2 batteries or anything that's going to be over like a 90 amp or maybe 100 amp hour battery, this is probably definitely the unit I would consider going with, especially this day and age. And the reason I say that is while both of these will actually charge your vehicle's battery, the GENIUS10 is actually going to do that a lot faster for you. So if you're trying to get that battery charged up overnight, or if you're running that battery down constantly to a lower state and you need to get it charged up in a little bit more quick of a time frame, this would probably be the unit that you'd want to go with. The other addition that I saw on this one here that this one didn't have is the fact this also has the ability to act as a 12-volt supply as well. That's kind of a neat thing because years and years ago, I actually built my own little homemade DIY 12-volt supply that I could keep out here in my shop just for testing various electronics. And it's kind of cool now that I could actually just grab this, plug it into the wall and have this thing ready to go and be able to test various electronics in the garage. So let's go ahead and run through the GENIUS10. That's mainly the one I'm wanting to cover because basically everything that this GENIUS5 does, the 10 does as well, and then some. So when you first get this thing out of the box, you're going to notice it's pretty simple setup. This unit's going to have a long lead on here off the side of it that you're going to be able to plug into your actual clamps themselves, and then you just got your power cord here. Now, something about the NOCO brand that I've always loved, and they're probably my favorite brand when it comes to these chargers and jump packs and whatnot, is just how high quality their stuff is. They don't chintz on these clamps for sure. These are nice, high quality clamps. They're probably the best on the market in my opinion, and they never let me down. So there's something else that's really cool about the NOCO stuff. It doesn't come with the unit, but they do offer a number of add-on accessories. So as I mentioned, I plugged this little GENIUS5 in on the wall quite a bit, and if I've got to plug into something where I don't have enough cable, you actually can go through and purchase an extension cable. So I've got a 10-foot cable here that I typically leave plugged in to my GENIUS5, so when I pull my tractor into the shop, I actually can reach the battery and I don't have to worry about taking the unit off the wall and moving it around. So that's a pretty handy accessory to have. They also have a set of ring terminals that you can leave permanently mounted on your battery, which I keep on my tractor and on my mower. So essentially when you pull up to this, if you've got this permanently mounted somewhere, you can just quick connect to your extension cord if you decided you needed that, or just plug in to this right here and you're good to go. You don't even have to have the clamps for that matter. So they actually offer you quite a bit of versatility when it comes to these units and how you actually want to use them. It's a big deal for me and one of the main reasons why NOCO is one of my favorite brands to work with. Now running through this unit here, like I said, I've got this thing plugged in already. I've got the power button right here already illuminated. Let's go ahead and use our clamps right here for now. I'll quick connect to that like so, and I do have a battery right here that's out of my tractor. Now if we wanted to, we could go ahead, we can clamp onto the battery here. Something to keep in mind is it does have a ton of protections, whether it be over voltage or if you actually reverse the polarity on this for that matter. So if I was to actually put the positive and negative backwards, we'll go ahead and do that real quick, and you'll see if I try to turn that on, you get this little light right here light up letting you know that you've reversed the polarity. So we can go ahead and swap that around now. And then if I go to try to turn this unit on, now you'll see that we are illuminated here. So this is going to be able to do your regular batteries. You're going to be able to do your 12-volt AGM batteries if you've got those, as well as 12-volt lithium batteries. If you cycle through these, what you're going to see here, you can cycle through those batteries, and you've also got these 4 functions down here as well. So if we hold this down for 5 seconds, now you see that this is lit up here saying 6 volt, and now I can cycle through the rest of these options. Now that's that 12 volt supply right now. So essentially I've got 12 volts going to the leads on my thing. So if I wanted to be able to use this as a power supply, that's how you would do it. You've also got that 12 volt repair mode as well. So essentially after these batteries get a little bit age to them, you'll notice that you can't get them fully charged all the way. You're essentially trying to look for somewhere around that 12.6 volt to 12.8 volt range. That's what we're going to consider a healthy battery. So if you've got a battery you just can't get over like 10 volts, 11 volts, something like that, you can run this repair mode. Essentially it's going to desulfate that battery for you, or it's at least going to attempt to, and we'll see if we can get the voltage back up on that battery. And basically it's just going to pulse the voltage up and down, and it's going to help break down some of that sulfation in the battery. This is kind of really a good way to maybe get an extra year out of your battery, or it might even be a last-ditch effort to maybe see if we can get this battery repaired and back on its feet so we don't have to replace the battery that year, get a little more time out of it. Now the battery I've got here on my table, I went ahead and tested. I'm sitting right at 12.5 volts right now. So technically I could run that repair on the battery to see if I could get that up maybe another 2 or 3 tenths of a volt. However, I'm just going to let this battery sit. I did want to show you how you would go about doing that to get to that repair mode. So you know how to get there now. Now the repair mode is going to basically take about 4 hours, give or take, to run through that. That's kind of what it's programmed to do. And then you can come back and you can test your voltage with a multimeter to see if you gained any voltage on that battery. And it's going to kind of charge the battery through that repair process anyways. And then also keep in mind, if your battery is saying maybe it's a 6 volt range, you could just technically run a charge to see if this thing will charge it up overnight for you without running the repair mode first. And if it just doesn't get it to where you want it to be, then you can run that repair mode. Sometimes the battery's just sitting in the garage or shot for a year. If the battery hasn't been touched, will just naturally discharge over time. Maybe if you're using these batteries to run like a well pump, something like that, they just need to be recharged, and that could be helpful to do before you run that repair mode. But it's really cool to see, and essentially like you see here, this battery, because I've got it right now sitting in that mode, it is fully charged right now. It's letting you know. And essentially each of these lights is worth 25%. So if the battery was lower, it would be down at the 1 bar, or the green, letting you know that this battery is fully charged and good to go. Now, as I mentioned, this little 5 amp will do the exact same thing that the 10 does. Essentially, NOCO in their documentation will let you know this one's rated for somewhere around that 100 to 120 amp hour battery range, which is what a lot of your smaller cars are going to be, and they're going to be under that range. In fact, a lot of your cars are probably only like 50 to 60 amp hour batteries. So this one here is going to get you through a lot of your bigger farm equipment, your bigger diesel batteries, even like your RVs and some of the banks of batteries that they've got on those nowadays. This is the unit you're probably going to want to go straight to, just for the fact that you can charge those batteries up a lot quicker. But like I said, I've always been really impressed with the NOCO brand and everything I've had that I've owned from them over the years. This Genius 10 is going to be extremely handy, especially for my diesel truck and my tractors, when I need to charge those batteries up overnight instead of if I don't necessarily have the time that I need to be able to let this thing run for days at a time. Because you can kind of figure on something like a 60 amp hour battery, to get that thing fully charged, it could take up to 6 hours. On a 100 amp hour battery, you're probably looking at more like 10 hours and so forth. So if you get all the way up to the 230 amp hour battery, like this unit here is rated up to, essentially you could be looking at 23, 24 hours of charge time to get that battery charged up with this guy here. So you can imagine with this little 5 amp guy, it would take double the time. So basically almost up to 2 days on a battery that big, it'd take to charge it. So it really just comes down to time saving and how long you're willing to wait around for that battery to charge. Other than that, this is a quick overview on this NOCO Genius 10. Hopefully that kind of helps you decide whether the 5 or the 10 might be a better fit for you. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this one. We'll catch you guys on the next video.